Today we have some really important things to talk about, so make sure to watch the entire video. I'm going to address whether or not I think we have top for this cycle. I'm going to talk about our new favorite indicator being the M2 global money supply and the potential problems with it. I'm going to discuss whether or not we will get an altcoin season. I will be presenting my new theory. And finally, what I'm doing with my money right now. Nothing I say is financial advice. I think the sentiment right now is at the lowest I've seen it this cycle. Way worse than what we saw during the August crash. Alts are looking dead, stocks are looking terrible, presidents are rugging, tariffs, manipulation from exchanges. People are done. People just seem to have completely given up. And no matter which time frame you came into this market, chances are your portfolio is significantly down. The main argument I keep on hearing is that we've now used up the most critical catalyst for Bitcoin, the strategic reserve. And many view this as a very clear topping signal because it seems like we defeated the final boss. And it's not like there's not any reason to be calling tops here. Having said this, I don't really think people are seeing the true fundamental value here of what's at play. I think the strategic Bitcoin reserve news are comparable to the ETFs. When BlackRock filed for ETFs back on June the 16th, 2023, we saw a small pump to 30K and then it cooled off before dipping back to the same levels as before the ETF announcement. Then we started to rally sometime later because the news are fundamentally bullish, and then it gets accepted the January the 10th, and what do you know? We dump. And it takes us about a month to climb back to this level. And I think there's a big chance we'll see somewhat the same playing out here because you cannot argue with the news. The news are fundamentally bullish. But with the markets right now, I think people are having an overly bearish mindset where they're too scared to DCA. We've talked about this numerous times on this channel. I'm not telling you to try and catch a falling knife, but the problem is that many people, especially those new investors, have been so conditioned by these dips that they now will be skeptical of every pump. And I hear this more and more. The next pump, they're going to take profit and exit the markets, no doubt. And setting those lower targets, I'm by no means saying that this is stupid. This is, of course, perfectly reasonable. However, there will come a time where markets flip bullish, and I think people will make the mistake of selling prematurely because there's a lot of things indicating that we're due for a parabolic run for Bitcoin. The M2 global money supply is showing that we should expect a rise in Bitcoin. I'm going to discuss my problems with this indicator in a bit. But thanks to Colin Talks Crypto for letting me use his script. This chart shows the global M2 money supply, the Bitcoin chart, and the others, aka altcoin chart. We have an offset of 75 days. And historically, when the M2 has been rising, both Bitcoin and altcoins have followed. We can see this both in December when we had the rally to eventually new all-time highs for Bitcoin in January. Global M2 predicted this. Same thing back in January 2024. Global M2 began climbing and Bitcoin and altcoins also saw a rally. So judging by this indicator, we should see both Bitcoin and altcoins start to rally towards the end of March and continue climbing until at least mid-May. Now, my potential problem with this indicator is not the indicator itself, but the fact that the indicator has now become mainstream. I've seen a lot of big YouTubers talk about this recently. And so if many people view this as a bulletproof indicator and we don't see the pump we expect around these times, this could lead to an insane amount of fear. Furthermore, and this is very important, I'm not saying that this is a cherry picking indicator, but this is exactly the type of indicators that can suddenly be the new anti-top miracle indicator. I'm telling you this because I want my viewers to make money. Last cycle, one of the anti-top miracle indicators people talked about was that we were missing the blow off top. Every YouTuber said this. This is not the same blow off top we saw in 2017. All of the other indicators were flashing hard. People didn't care. People believed this one indicator. Investors even believe this after seeing safety nets doing 100s of X's. This cycle, we're going to get a new anti-top miracle indicator. I'm not saying that M2 is that indicator because I don't think we've topped. All I'm saying is to be on the lookout for that because it will come and it can financially ruin you. So no, I don't think Bitcoin has topped for this cycle. So what about altcoins? Will we have an altcoin season? Now, many people said we had an altcoin season for this cycle back in 2023 and 2024. And what's really interesting about this is that yes, a whole lot of coins pumped, and there's definitely merit in calling it a small altcoin season. But if you take a look at Dino coins like ADA, Sol, ETH, XRP, etc., none of these coins really participated in the rally to the extent you would expect alts to perform in an altcoin season. And normally you could have just written them off as dino coins that won't survive until the next altcoin season. And that argument would make a lot of sense if you, for instance, go and check historical snapshots from previous cycles where coins like Dash, which was a coin that I was buying heavily during this cycle, today it's dead. Coins die. 99% of the projects you hold will not be relevant in 5 to 10 years' time. However, the fact that these dino coins have had their relevancy reignited through government stockpile addition, ETFs, and also the December pump indicates to me that we have to invalidate the fact that these are dying dino coins. In fact, I think these coins are what's going to lead the way to the altcoin season. Because there's one more variable the investors that have held these coins for a long time have not felt yet. And that is the only variable I am sure will be present in every single cycle. And that is euphoria. It was present in 2021 and in the 2017 altcoin season. And we need to see this cycle as well. So how will the altcoin season look like? So what I think we will see in the next altcoin season is still textbook liquidity rotation, but that we will have to accept that there might be external narratives as well. In previous videos, I've highlighted some main narratives that I think the market liquidity will need to be categorized in. These are narratives such as gaming, AI, layer ones, memes, and RWA. Now, I think we will have to deal with these external narratives as well, such as stockpile coins, ETF coins, and made in US coins. The other more quantifiable variable is of course market cap, which is going to be a lot easier to deal with, as we know we will go from highest market cap to lowest market cap. Okay, so what is my plan moving forward? My plan moving forward is to be extremely picky with what I'm buying and only focus on projects that I know will do well. I did just make a huge buy a few days ago. You can join the VIP to see what I'm buying and what I have sold. It's really important to be well positioned here because I do believe this could be a once in a lifetime opportunity of getting bear market prices. So after this big buy I did, I'm about 22% in stables right now. Notice in the comments that people that used to tell me that my stablecoin size was too risky are completely gone. Always have stablecoins. If this is your first cycle, you probably entered the market during Q1 or Q4 2024. Reason why this is the case for the majority of people watching is because these times are the best times for crypto to market itself. No one entered the market for the first time after the FTX crash, but that was the best time to buy. What I'm saying is that the realistic worst case scenario that we have in front of us should really be interpreted as nothing more than a real chance to be a part of a rally like this, but from the beginning, where you get to use others as exit liquidity and not the other way around. Make sure to check out the VIP. We're analyzing the markets there daily. I'll take a look at your portfolio and give you a solid portfolio review. We also have a technical analysis that will look at the chart of any coin that you may request. Link in the comment section. I hope to see you there. Take care and stay safe.